How to make a raised bed and how to fill a raised bed. The first lesson is don't buy metal corrugated raised beds. Of late on YouTube, they've been inundating my feed with all these ridiculous videos which consists of a half-naked girl jumping into a metal raised bed like some scene out of a Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. It is beyond ridiculous. At first I didn't know what all these videos meant, but after seeing like 3 or 4 of them and they were the exact same video, they were acting the same. They were like, you got a new raised bed, but it cost a fortune to fill it up. It's like 6 foot by 4, maybe 18 inches deep. And it's completely ridiculous what they're suggesting. These raised beds cost like $100 a piece, 100 to 200 or something, I don't know. But it's over 100 plus shipping and all that crap. And they're suggesting that you line the bottom with cardboard to block the weeds, and then you throw in sticks and logs and a little pot mix on top. And this is how you save money, by being resourceful. But being resourceful as a gardener, you dig and you find all these rocks. I mean, I might be a little eccentric with the removal of rocks. And oh yeah, as you see the beer bottles, because that is a muscle relaxer, believe it or not. I have dug up a lot of rocks. I mean, I am just circling around here, and this is one raised bed. One raised bed. And this bed is, I don't know if it's 20 by 16, I think. It's definitely pretty sizable. And as you can see, I'm very ambitious with removing the rocks. Not too many people have ever removed this rock. It's actually about 4 feet deep. Or 4 feet long, whatever. It's like a heart-shaped rock. I wanted to originally take it out, use it as a seat or something, like some sort of landscape rock. I put it up on its side. I know a little thing about leverage. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. We're to the front of the raised bed, hoping to try to have it in focus this time. But years ago, what I did was I got 8 cubic yards of topsoil, which, contrary to what these videos suggest, only cost about, at the time I think it was $28 a cubic yard. In some of these beds that they show, usually with a girl jumping in, it appears to be like 6 by 4 by 18, and I might be generous. It might be 5 by 3 by 15. But that only, either size is around 1 cubic yard. And you could obviously go less and then add peat moss and stuff like that. And any other type of soil amendment, cow manure, biochar, any of that stuff on top. But I wheelbarrowed all this from the front yard, which is way out there. It was labor intensive, but soil is for life. Pot and mix is expensive, and it rots. And I'm not saying pot and mix is bad. I think you could get by with a mix in a raised bed to make it a little more light. So maybe one of those beds, you know, you put a half a cubic yard in, and then you put peat moss mix that together to make it kind of light. And it would make it light. And you want it lighter in a raised bed that's like restrictive. But why buy the raised bed? You can find these in the ground. If labor is too much for you, you can find people giving away rocks, or use stones, or whatever you have. Here's another raised bed. Yet another one. And once again, lots of rocks, whatever I could find, I use. This one is another 8 cubic yards, but it's higher. At the time, I was going to make my own pot and mix, and I was trying to get someone to give me a ride over a store to buy a lot of bags of pine bark mulch. I had noticed in fabric pots that the Miracle-Gro, the one in the green bag that has more pine bark mulch in it, that did better than the regular pot mix by Miracle-Gro. Much better. It was so much better with the drainage. It didn't get super soaked, because peat moss can get very soaky, and I think the pine bark drains better a bit. And I found that to be good for like peppers and tomatoes when I did that. But this was 8 cubic yards again, wheelbarrow from the front yard. I did it 3 times. I would actually like some more to fill in some spots here and there and do other things. And then you just add amendments. I've been neglecting it of late, not had a whole lot of money. Peat moss costs an awful lot now. It's like $30 for a bale, whatever you want to call it, 2.2 or 2.4 cubic feet or something. It's compressed. Yes, it's a good amount, but I'm a Victory Garden Jim Crockett type. I like a lot of peat moss. It does make things really work nice. But every time I see one of these corrugated metal raised beds that look like something out of, I don't know, Lost in Space, the robot or something, all the plants are sickly and deadly. I mean, these people are giving you bad advice because they're not giving you good advice for that reason, which would be just free, like I'm doing right now. They are selling those beds. They're pushing. It is a marketing scheme. It is the Olsoft shoe. It is the Flim Flam. They are selling those corrugated raised beds by some company called Birdie or something. You don't need them. You can find rocks. You can find bricks. Here's some bricks. You can find bricks and stack them up, and you can just start out small. You can just go 1 foot deep, and then you can raise it up if you really want like a deep bed like this. This bed is rather luxurious. It's a luxury. It's cold. It's freezing out there. The words are not coming out right. And once I remove these trees, which is very soon, then they won't be sneaking their tentacles inside this bed. This is a very deep bed, and when it is well adjusted on top with peat moss and cow manure and all that good stuff, it is a very functional bed. And this year, if I have my way, I hope to, instead of using any sort of mulch, even though I'm partial to straw, I plan on growing Dutch white clover in between the rows, a living mulch. I've never done that before. I've done over there in that bed over there. I did in between my potatoes, because one year I was growing potatoes. I held them up with straw, and so in between, I grew a mix of mulch, which was Ida Gold mustard, which I would like to incorporate again too, because it does things to the soil, and It kills off bad things or prevents them from growing. Inundated, bad nematodes and things like that. And also raises up fertilizers, nutrients that are buried below with deep penetrating carrots and the nitrogen fixing things. The Dutch white clover is nitrogen fixing. All last summer, or this summer, whatever you want to call it, I let the clover grow, and I actually want to just make the whole yard clover to allow the honeybees to thrive. But you don't need these metal raised beds because, like I said, 1 cubic yard would fill up one of those beds those girls jump into. Well, 1 cubic yard here costs $30, about $30. And if you have a pickup truck, it will fit a cubic yard. So instead of spending $100 on a metal raised bed, you can buy the pot, you can buy the topsoil, the loam. There's different types of loams, and some are better than others. You have to look at them to make sure it's, you know, a good quality, that's an even amount of sand, silt, and clay. And that's your foundation. That's your foundation of your raised bed. You don't have to have a bed this big. I mean, maybe you start up small or something a little more digestible. But you can do it. And you do not need what those people claim, because they are selling you a product. You are being conned. It is definitely a con. It's a grifting operation. It's guerrilla marketing. It's all sorts of things that are very bad. I am a gardener. I've been a gardener since I was a kid. 1975, living in Massachusetts. We had the Victory Garden with Jim Crockett. And because of the inflation, caused a whole lot of people to think about gardening. And I am one of those disciples of that era. So I think in terms of just being resourceful, and it's criminally ironic that they try to suggest what they're claiming is resourceful when in fact they're giving you the old soft shoe. It's a con, it's a sell. You know, you have to understand that, and that you can overcome these